Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded. It's not because I haven't been busy. It's actually because I've been busy. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff in the background, but I wanted to make this video because a really special thing just happened. 2 days ago, I bought a brand new car, and well, I'll just show it to you first and then I'll explain. This is my 2005 Lotus Elise. Now, if you watched my last couple of videos, you know that I probably wasn't planning on buying a vehicle soon, but it's kind of weird how opportunity works at sometimes inconvenient times. So had to make some financial considerations in order to get this to happen. But I've been a fan of Lotuses, especially the Exige Elise, for a very long time, and when the opportunity comes to get one with 9,000 miles on it, you got to jump at it, and you got to jump through a lot of hoops to make it happen financially. But yeah, this is mine. I can finally say that I own a Lotus. Yeah, I mean, every time I've driven this so far it's been 3 days, I'm just like learning a little bit more about it, whether it's good or bad. There's a lot of Lotusisms with this car, mostly around this stupid alarm system. But when you're actually driving it, it's pretty awesome. Now I can't really push it because, you know, with 9,000 miles, this was kind of a garage queen. I believe it had 2 owners. The last one was for 10 years, and she put 2,000 miles on it. And these are actually the original 2005 tires that are 180 tread wear. So if you know anything about tires, especially track day tires, 180s, like these things are maybe good for 2 years at best, let alone 10 years. They are hard as rocks, and they kind of scare me a little bit. So I can do some pulls in a straight line. I am not going to throw this into a corner. Luckily, I've already ordered tires. They've been delivered to the local tire shop. I'll just try to get them installed this weekend if I can. And then I don't know how good the fluids are in it. I know I had an oil change back in last January, and it's basically driven like a few hundred miles since then. I don't know about the brake fluid. The brake pedal feels a little bit soft. There's a little bit of vibration. But other than that, the body is like perfect. Maybe I can do a little bit of a polish, but it's already got paint protection film that's also in great condition. Wheels look great. There's really no defects. It's a little dirty just because I picked it up in the rain. Just been driving it. Can't wait till this weekend when I do all the fluid changes and stuff, really get to get my hands on it. But yeah, let me show you the engine real quick. This thing, if you've only seen these cars and you've never touched one like I had until, you know, a few days ago, they look really, really nice. But there's a thing about British cars like this and like TVRs and stuff where, you know, the ones that are especially built to a price point and they have these tube frames, or in this case, the extruded aluminum frames, they just have a fiberglass body on it. And when you actually touch it with your hands, you'll notice that these things are quite flimsy, as you can kind of see it wobbling around there. This thing, I would imagine, weighs probably, I don't know, like 20-ish pounds, which sounds kind of light, but then when you think about how this car is like, look at this wobble, about lightness, you would think, man, maybe this would be like a lot lighter if it was carbon, and sure it would, but I mean, again, this was built, I think this was $45,000 to $50,000 when it was new in 2005. I bought it for roughly similar price. So yeah, it's just got the 2ZZ engine, which is the same as in my race car that I'm building with my team. So for those that don't know, this is a Toyota engine. All right, so like I said, this thing is on 20-year-old 180 tread wear tires, so I'm not going to be driving it too hard. Fortunately, it only has 180 horsepower, so I'm not going to, you know, scare myself, I think, with the acceleration anyway. Let it get warmed up for a bit. But yeah, not much in here. I mean, everybody knows a Lotus. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably are into cars. Very loud in here. It's all just aluminum, manual steering rack, tiny steering wheel. pretty loud. Gearbox is great for a Toyota. I can't wait till in a few days when I get tires on this and I can actually send it into a corner, but for now, it's just gonna be taking it kind of easy. Pedal box is a little bit awkward. The throttle pedal is very narrow, and it's just kind of high actually compared to the brake, because when you get on the brake, your throttle pedal is a lot higher. It makes it kind of hard to rev match downshift. Something you gotta get used to. There's actually an adjustment for you to lower that gas pedal a little bit, which maybe I'll look into, but for now there's like a lot of little things I just want to make work, like the locking system, figure out what's wrong with the key fobs, and just do all the maintenance. Windshield's a little bit dirty, so hopefully it doesn't obscure the vision too much. I just can't believe I finally have a Lotus. This is just such a dream come true. Really, it's very clean in here. I mean, the steering wheel airbag covers a little bit sticky, but you know, it's something that you could fix just by cleaning it up with, I think, some alcohol. Headliner's sagging, but I can buy the materials on Amazon for like 50 bucks to fix that. And I already ordered the central locking system module that should be fixing that, and that was about 80 bucks from the UK. Tires, fluids, this car, you know, even with 9,670 miles on it, it's cheaper than a GR Corolla. I'm gonna keep letting it warm up a little bit. Maybe like 180 or so before I get on it. Ride's firm, and I'm not sure if that's OEM or if like the shocks are a little bit worn. You kind of feel the impacts, but I mean, seats for being really just an aluminum shell with a basic bit of padding and some, I guess, vinyl on top of them, not that uncomfortable. Once you get past the little weirdness that Lotus put into this for the you know, security alarm system is really the biggest issue that I have with it so far after owning it for a whopping 24 hours. It's just kind of like simple. I'm not too intimidated by it mechanically. The 2ZZ engine back here is the exact same that we have in a race car that we're building from a Toyota Matrix XRS. But man, if it screams as good in that race car as it does here, that's gonna be a hell of a drive. So, fun fact about the Elise is that as it's warming up, it actually raises the red line. I think it starts at around 6,000 RPM and then gradually increases it. And then although the red line's not indicated on here, it's 8,500 RPM, I believe, in the first few gears, and then it brings it down to 8,000 RPM. But what's cool, if you didn't already know, the 2ZZ engine has what's called valve lift, which is a lot like how people think about VTEC, where the cam changes profile higher in the rev ranges, giving you kind of a surge of torque, and that happens around 6,000, 6,500 RPM, which makes it really exciting to drive, because you really have to wind it out. It doesn't feel slow when it's low in the revs, because this car only weighs 1,900 pounds, but when you get above 6,000, you just get this wave of torque all the way up to redline. Just keeps building and building, and it's just really fun. And from what I've heard from my neighbor describe it, the exhaust sounds great. I haven't heard that. All you hear inside here is really loud induction sounds and just buzzing from the engine, but it's like a motorsports buzzing. You hear the clanking of the aluminum pedals. You hear the chink of the shifter. It's just like so tactile and fun. So a little preview to come, but last week I got to drive a C8 Z06, and yeah, that power was pretty intoxicating. That's the most powerful car I've ever driven. Mid-engine, 670 horsepower, 0 to 16, 2.5 seconds. This is more fun. much I should trust the brakes in this. I'm gonna bleed them over the weekend. There's that surge. Gosh. So, those of you who have been watching my past couple of videos, I've referenced the track and the race car and stuff quite a bit. I don't think I'm planning on taking this to the track, at least not soon. One, because it's the most expensive vehicle I have, and two, I'm slightly intimidated by it, not just because of the driving mechanics of having a short wheelbase mid-engine car, but I mean, like, it's a 9,000 mile garage queen with a perfect body on it, and I'm a little bit nervous about taking that to the track. All right, here we go. It's like a sport bike. You just sit so low to the ground that the sense of speed is just amplified. This is such a fun car for the road. And when you have roads like I do, just outside my doorstep, this is the perfect way of enjoying them. You don't have to go crazy fast. Nobody hates a Lotus. People walking by have given me thumbs up, said nice Lotus, and I've only owned this car for a day. No one's gonna be like, who's that asshole in the Camaro, you know, revving his engine or whatever. It's like, oh, what a cute car. Or how exotic, or that guy knows cars because he picked the one that's the least practical, most fun to drive. And I can't wait to be able to take the roof off of this thing. Between this and the GR Corolla, I have two extremely lightweight, fun to drive, balanced car experiences for the road that don't break the bank, and I am just thrilled on that. Now with that said, I'm running out of room in the driveway, which means that I might have to sell something soon. So I'm thinking about selling the Focus, which I know I've alluded to in the past, but you know, it doesn't make it easier when that was my first real new car. But I think this will be the perfect send-off and the best possible swap for that Focus ST. The thing that got me into the cars, and then my dream car purchase. So what do you guys think about the Lotus Elise? Is it something that's on your radar? Does it come with a stigma? Do you think that I'm a wimp for not tracking it? I'm not saying I won't track it ever, just not soon. I still have so much to learn with the GR86, which is such a great beginner track car. And then I have the front wheel drive race car that I don't know if I want to jump right into using the mid-engined, much more expensive car in the track. Do you think that I should have gotten something else for the money? Say you have between 35 and 45 grand to spend on a car. For me, I think this is the ultimate thrill, at least for the kind of roads that I have around here. Gotta be mindful of the cops, but you don't have to be speeding to have fun in this thing. Once you get used to the pedal box though, the shifting is really sweet. The heel toe is actually not that bad. Look at that, look at this pedal box. Very narrow throttle by cable. Clutch is very forgiving because it's just out of a Celica. But there's no modern creature comforts. You don't have any hill assist or anything, which I've been caught out on some steep hills already. A little bit scared. I'm gonna watch out for blind spots here. I feel like years of being a cyclist have treated me to be used to being blind to traffic. So hopefully I don't get a trailer hitch into my face. It's cool to see the heat radiating off the engine cover a little bit. Interesting little quirk I noticed that the shifter doesn't center itself in what I would call the direct center. I guess that's maybe for leg clearance, or maybe just something worn in the linkage. But I mean, it shifts amazing, so I got no issue with that. All your storage space is this little cubby hole. These tiny little seats put you really close to your passengers. The door sill is effectively an armrest. That's interesting. Once you start shifting the gears and you do a little pull, just everything that you were thinking about kind of goes away. Today I was having kind of a bad day. I got stuck at work kind of late, and I was like, I just want to drive my Lotus. And I have some other things to do this afternoon, but right now I'm just driving. This is exactly what I want to do. Just enjoy this car. Even in traffic. Alright, well, I think that about wraps it up for me. I gotta go get on with the rest of my day. This was a nice little break. So I'll look forward to more Lotus content, as well as some other stuff I've been working on. Hopefully it won't be a month in between my videos, but I'm not a frequent car buyer, so don't expect to see me touting new cars very often. I'm probably going to be keeping this car for a while, and like I said, the only change in my car or my garage coming up will probably be me selling the Focus. I'm a little embarrassed to say I own 6 vehicles at my house right now.